And I'm going over here and I am live on Facebook. Hey Laura, how you doing? Happy Wednesday.
Yes, happy Wednesday. I look forward to Wednesdays every week. I go, I wonder who we're going to have this week. And I get all excited when I read the bio and I get to meet the person before our Zoom. And I just am so excited. We have a great person today. But before that, I want to thank everybody that has had friends that have joined our Facebook page. We are up to what, Debbie? Four what?
4:30 as of this morning, like 4:31 or something like that.
431. How awesome is that? We are, our goal is 1,000. So please send more people. And you know what? We really want some more ideas of what we could do.
Mhm.
We're getting to that summertime, spring, summertime, and a lot of people are going to start going out more because of the shots and the vaccines. So we're going to start talking a little bit more about stuff we could do in the future this summer. We're going to make it a great spring, right? So with that, Debbie, I'm going to send it off to you.
Okay, sounds great. Thanks, Laura. We're like Laura said, we're very excited. We're excited about the growth. We're excited about all that's going on and all the people we're meeting. And today, this is really crazy. I'm telling you, with the networking that we've been doing and all the connections that Lori and I have been putting out there, we've been meeting people along the way. And I was fortunate to somehow along the way pick up on Pina's like passion and finding out what she was doing through different like channels that we've been talking with. And Pina's actually it's really cool because Pina was born and raised in Italy, okay? And Lori's got family that goes back to Italy, and I'm married into a family that has family that's going back to Italy, and then my daughter's marrying someone who has, family in Italy. So it's kind of funny how like the world is so small, okay? The world is so small. Here we are sitting, Lori and I are in the Chicagoland area, and Pina's actually in Canada. And it's like we're just meeting people all over, and we're just having so much fun because we're learning from other people. Everybody has something different that they can share. And what I want to tell you is that Pina again was born and raised in Italy, and with her husband and her two small children, they moved here, and she started to work in a dental office, and she's there for over 15 years. And she actually took a couple different routes, and she went and got herself involved in a lot of like in her journey, a lot of positive mental books and tapes and speakers. And she started to make a decision to actually change a little bit in her career path. And she went into, network marketing, which I have such a passion for network marketing. I love network marketing, and it's great because you have so many benefits. You can be at home with your children, you can do so many great things. And so she's got some really interesting things that she's going to teach us and talk to us about what she does, because she has a different type of network marketing that I have not been too versed on, which I love hearing. Okay. But she's also doing so much in her journey. And one really interesting thing that Lori and I were like very excited about to hear is that she also teaches Italian. And I think it's really great if you don't know a second language, that you should know more than one language, especially these days, with these different, paths that we're meeting different people. Communication is at the utmost. And Italian's a beautiful language. So anyways, I am not going to take any more because she has got so much to talk about. And I want to introduce you to Pina Sampietro. I hope I said that good. And our new friend here. And Pina, I'm going to say, take it away. We want to hear what you have to share with us today. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Debbie. And thank you, Lori, as well, to having me here today and give me the opportunity to share a little bit more about my life and what it brought me here at the point that I'm at. The biography says some good points here and there, but obviously there is a lot more that was going on in my life. Yes, I grew up in Italy, and in a very small town of 50 people in Calabria. And, it was many years ago, many moons ago. And life was really very, very nice for what we knew. We were enjoying what we had, and we didn't know any better than that. And everybody was family, everybody knew each other, and everybody was contributing in each other. And but life was poor, was very poor. There was no money. Barely men were working, so and women didn't have the chance of working. But I was raised with the mentality of, go to school, find a job, find a husband, take care of you, you do it, find a nice job that takes care of you. And I didn't mention in my biography, but I graduated as an elementary teacher in Italy.
Oh, okay.
So I am a Montessori teacher
Mhm.
for grade school. But as I said, there was no job. I never had the opportunity to work. I had some tutoring, private tutoring, the way I did something like that, but never got a job. But from Calabria, I met my husband in Calabria that he came on vacation, but my husband is from Como, Lake of Como, North Italy, at the border with Switzerland. So when we got married, I ended up to go to live there. And totally a culture shock, even though it's Italy, it's totally different. And you've been Italian, you may have heard that. From one town to another, there is difference. From a region to another region, there is difference. So I had to recreate my, let's say, network. I had to embrace my husband's friends, big friends with them, and get to know the people of the town that I was living in. And I learned a lot. And I enjoy it. There, I had the opportunity to tutor in a private setting. And there I had my kids. But my family moved to Canada after I got married. So we were coming here in the summer and go back to Italy. So at the end, we decided to join my family here in Canada. And of course, I had to learn English from zero because I didn't know English. And after attending English as a second language, I decided to take the grade 12 here in Canada. And after a while, I decided to go to college, and I graduated in tourism and travel. And the day after I graduated, I found a job that was in the dental field instead of the tourist industry. And I ended up to stay there for 15 years. And I loved it. I learned a lot, but not as much as the tourism industry that I wanted to be. So at one point, I realized that I was not living what I wanted to live. And I got in a little depression. I got in a little depression because what I have done with my life, it's not what I wanted to be. It's not what I wanted to go. And so I reacted to that. And, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And many things start to appear to me. I was ready to learn and to embrace different things. And from Bob Proctor, to many others, I did so much coaching just to get, instead of medication, I wanted to deal with my anxiety and my depression with my mind setting my mind and not to do that. So I start to read and I start to implement things that were suggested to me. And I got to this point. What is talking now, it's not just Pina with the experience that she had, it's also the knowledge that I got from the books that I read. All the books that I read, Think and Grow Rich, The Secret, The Magic of Thinking Big, and the Devil, all those things that are all self-improvement and self-motivated. So, I overcome the depression. I can say that I overcome the depression, and I also thanks to network marketing. Because network marketing, when it was introduced to me, I was really overstressed and overworked. And when I understood the power of network marketing, I could see the time and money freedom. And the time freedom is to really live the life that you love to live and give unconditional time to your family beside the love. That is also unconditional time that we can give it to our family, right? And the freedom of doing what we love to do. So that's what happened into my journey. So I did the landmark worldwide education, the entire curriculum, and I participated to Les Brown. I joined Toastmaster. I was in Toastmaster for 8 years.
Wow.
And of course, when I had the opportunity with Les Brown to go to the Speaker Academy, I took it right away. It was a really good deal. I couldn't not let it go. And it was a great experience meeting so many people. That's what is the beauty about network marketing. meeting all these like-minded people. They're all doing something better for themselves, and it is amazing what we can offer. So network marketing is, for me, is a way to go. Is the industry that where a woman and a man get paid the same.
Mhm.
In the other environments and in corporation, in other industry, there is a little difference. The ladies, the women, they are treated different than the men in the world force, right? But in network marketing, you get paid for what you do, and everybody, regardless if it's a female, if it's a male, if it is a young lady, an older lady, or whatever, there is no race, nothing. We are equal. We are one. We are a team. We are working, and that's what I offer. My company offer essential services, the services that we use every day, and we pay every month. So to me, it totally made sense. I said, I'm already paying those services, but I'm not making money. So that gives me the opportunity to make money. But what I didn't know that beside the money, I had a much rich environment. I gained so much out of that. And I am eager to share with others. Ladies, ladies, men, younger people, that they think like me, that they think that there is something better than just going to work from 9 to 5. Nothing against that, because we have a system and everybody has to do it. But in me, there was always something that somebody is making more money, and how do they do it? You know, they have a different life from mine, and so they can go to vacation whenever they want it. And still money comes in. But when I was going on vacation and I was working from 8 to 8, there was no money coming in. I was going on vacation. I would spend my money, but not money coming in. So network marketing gave me the opportunity to make the money even when I'm on vacation, because it creates residual income. And I love it, and I love to share it, what network marketing can do for each one of us. And it's something also can be done on the side. We have passions. We have an hairdresser, we have an esthetician, we have dentist, we have all these professions. They are great, and that we need all of them. But also, that can be done on the side. Create an extra residual income that comes. That if you stop for any kind of reason, like happened to me, there is still money coming in. There is a multiple source of income is the key to wealthy. I mean, many people have a multiple source of income. One that doesn't cut it, doesn't do much.
Right.
We need more than one. So, and network marketing is one, to me, is one of the best. There's not any better, but yeah, nothing to take away from the other professions, please don't. I don't want to take away anything from that, but if there is people that they want to do more and they have to have more, I'd be happy to share what I do and teach them and guide them and help them to be successful into a network marketing company. That's what I want to do. Now, you were mentioning the Italian. Of course, being an Italian, when I stopped to work at the office, I was doing network marketing, but also said, well, I'm going to reinvent myself. And that's how I would reinvent myself. I said, I'm going to teach Italian. And I was doing in person I had young kids, 3 classes, and then the pandemic hit and I brought it online. So I have one-on-one students now, and they're all adults. So I teach them Italian, and it's so much fun, and it keeps me closer to my culture and to my language. So I do love Italian language. Is very romantic, and it's very, very well, I say, flow and sweet. I found it that way, delicate. And but also beside that, and I'd be happy to, anybody that maybe would like to, I will put my information and you can contact me, and I can we can talk about that. My vision board. So when I read Think and Grow Rich, that was talking about vision board, and that's what I start to do, and I learn more and I learn more, and then I lead the vision boards. I actually I do all day vision board. I started with the morning because it's not just cutting and paste on a board and I dream what you like. It's also going and be, do, and then have. So we discover with a series of exercise and meditation and everything, I guide my participants to be first, but you have to be confident to do what you like to do and have the life that you love to have. And that's what it comes to a vision board. And what I was going to share was another thing that this moment went away. Okay. But yes, I'm gonna give it back to you, ladies.
Well, I just want to say that I'm just so excited to hear what you've talked about. And when you think about it, I feel like you've nailed so many really important points, overall, your mind, you took the initiative to actually find a way to better yourself through all these different positive mental attitudes. All these books that you're talking about, are amazing books. I've read most of all the ones that you've talked about. I know Lori's read some too. These are the things that can help a person, get that stinking thinking out of their head and get them thinking where they can move forward, and stuff. And then you implemented and you looked at your overall life and you implemented, a different, source of income to make you more accessible so you could help others. And it's true, network marketing is amazing. That a lot of people are afraid of it. A lot of people think it's silly. But they don't realize that you're working for your own person. So what you put into it, you get out of it. And if you learn how to do it well, you can make very good money, and there's so many different avenues. And I know that you actually have an interesting niche that most people don't know about with your everyday electric, like you said, your bills, like your electric essentials. And a lot of people don't realize that. So I think that's a really good thing for people to get a hold of you and say, hey, help me out and see if you can save me money here, and stuff. So that's so cool. And then now that we can say too, we have someone we can promote, we know so many Italian people. I mean, you're right. The language is so beautiful. If we can, people who want to learn it and can learn it from someone like you instead of being intimidated by someone who maybe they don't feel comfortable with. You've got such a bright, shiny, personality. So when you're teaching the language, I'm sure that you're teaching it so eloquently that people are going to want to just learn more, So with that, I mean, I just love everything you've said. Lori, I'm going to turn it to you because I know I can see you've got lots that you want to share.
Thank you.
I just think you're very fascinating, like I told you earlier. I just had a couple questions. Does your husband do the network marketing with you too?
No, my husband doesn't do it with me.
That you do. I think that's fascinating. I just think it takes a lot of courage to come to another country to, and to start over, basically. And Italian tradition, you moved in with your husband's husband up in Lake Como, and then then coming over here to Canada. And I think that's just fascinating. Does your children get involved in your network marketing at all?
No. Yes, my kids, they are my customers, obviously.
That's
They're my customers, but they're not doing network marketing.
Oh, okay. But I'm sure they get a lot of good examples from what you're doing. I think that's fascinating. And what I always say is if the mom is really positive and she, has a lot of energy and motivation, it goes down to the kids. And that's a good thing to do. So I appreciate you being a good mom and joining the group of good moms.
Thank you. I was, if I may say, I was not always that way.
Yeah, but you know what?
But now that my kids can see that.
Yeah, right. The kids never realize that until you're older.
Yeah.
But, I think it's great what you said about when you were feeling that depression from somebody that suffers depression, which is me. I'm fascinated how you decided to just read and try to look at more positive things to change things over. Because a lot of people feel that, the medication is just going to help them, but they don't realize that you have to help yourself in so many ways. And I just think that's fascinating. I'm glad that you talked about that, because I know we have a lot of people that are, that are audience and friends that have that issue. So you just started reading and you started looking up stuff about depression, or was it just what you wanted to do?
I went to talk to my doctor, obviously, and I said, yes, I need some help because I was crying. Was
Yeah.
not want to. I did not want to get up and go to work, but I had to go because I was attached to the paycheck. Right, I needed a paycheck, and I did. I said, just see what we can do with counseling. I got a psychologist, and I was talking every week with her. And then I had actually a friend too that had the same thing. I was going through the same thing back in Italy, and we got in touch. And every day we were sending messages, and we were accountable in a certain way, and what we were doing better, and encourage it to each other. And that was a big help for me as well. And then I hire a life coach, local, and in the area, and she helped me a lot. And from there I start to see light.
Oh, that is just such
I start to see light. And then Bob Proctor came along. Bob Proctor it was in The Secret, the book The Secret, in the movie as well. So I did a year with him, and then I discovered mastermind group, and right now I have a mastermind group with a group of ladies in my business, and we do that every day. So I start to think in a different way. I start to not think at the bad part of my life, because that's what will cause me anxiety and regret and blame to other people. So I was blaming a lot of people at that time, but I learned to take my responsibility now.
Oh, I just think that's a fascinating story. And thank you so much for sharing everything. I just, what you just said was just amazing. Because like I said, there's so many people that are going through that right now, especially with the pandemic. So that was really good. And we're excited that you put out some information on our Facebook page where they can get in touch with you and talk to you about all the different stuff that you're doing. I love the Italian, like Debbie said. There's a lot of people that want to learn Italian, and this is great. Somebody right from Italy. They couldn't ask for anything better than that. So with that, Deb, you have anything else you want to say?
I just wanted to add one thing that I think was significant that you mentioned, Pina, that I think is really powerful, is that, I think that as women or men, because we have a lot of different people on this, that listen and view us, and this gets shared and people watch it at different points in times. I think that everybody needs to find an accountability partner or person they can share with, that they feel they can be very transparent. Lori and I do back and forth with each other. We're, there's times where, we just can't see something the same, and we have to run it by somebody else. We need to. And so I think everybody needs to find that person that they can feel comfortable with. Lots of times it's not really your spouse and it's not your children. It would be somebody that's more like that can do that. And I think it's so cool that you did that, and and then all the mastermind, mastermind groups can be in business, or they can be in mastermind in different arenas. So it's really cool because, like-minded people help to support each other, and that's what this is all about. What we're doing at Lori and I started is just crazy fun, because we meet people like you who have these passions and they share it. And we're hoping someone today that's listening is going to get motivated to make a change in their life, to do whatever they think they can do. There's nothing that's impossible. You can start. This is the message to you. You could start at any age, whether you're young or old. It does not matter.
It does not matter. Degree or non-degree, network marketing is an educational program.
Right.
With a compensation plan attached to that.
Right. And even in just not even network marketing and everything else you did, that prior to that, making changes in your life and your things that you're suffering or going through. Anybody can make a change. And if you feel like you can't do it alone, seek people that can help you and guide you to the right place, So yeah. With that, thank you again. We're going to go ahead and share this all over. We're going to ask you to go ahead and put in the comments of our, post, all the ways that people can get a hold of you, especially for your Italian classes, the company that you're representing, that you're network marketing to, if people want to learn about how they can save on their, just essential bills and stuff, and who wouldn't? and and with that, guys, thank you so much again.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you, guys.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Have a good day.
Buona giornata. Ciao. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.